Have a good day, all of you. I am going to explain about the return of income under the simplified scheme, which was introduced by the Inland Revenue Department for the year of assessment 2023-24. Guide to fill the returns of income simplified scheme and statement of assets and liabilities individual year of assessment 2023-24. This return of income simplified scheme called IITS specified by the Commissioner General of Inland Revenue under the section 126 of Inland Revenue Act. That means the 126, the form for the returns, method of filing and information to be furnished describing how to file the return. Therefore, this return of income individual simplified scheme also specified by the CGIR of Inland Revenue. Especially, I must explain that before you file in the simplified return, you have to follow all the guidelines issued by the Inland Revenue Department for the return of income individual for the year of assessment 2023-24. It is very similarly applicable to the IITS simplified scheme also. Therefore, you have to refer that IIT guide for the year of assessment 23-24 published at the IRD web portal www.ird.gov.lk carefully. In terms of the section 113 1B of the Inland Revenue Act number 24 of 2017, e-filing is mandatory requirement with effect from the year of assessment commencing from April 1st, 2023. A person shall file person's tax returns electronically through the use of computer system or the mobile electronic device. That means that all the returns of income should be filed by the person in the means of the electronically. We'll see that what is this return of income individual simplified. Short form is IITS. Inland Revenue Department IRD has been introduced this IITS to individual taxpayers in the country with an idea of further to simplify and apply easy method in filing of returns from year of assessment 2023-24 onward to increase the voluntary compliances up to the maximum level. That means the compliance means the both of returns and the payment, because to minimize the complex situation in filing the return, IITS has been introduced. Obviously, taxpayers may apply this IITS filing mechanism due to easiness of it. Let me to explain that by whom apply this IITS scheme. That means the eligibility criteria. Person who have only primary employment income. If someone has a primary employment income, he can submit that under the simplified scheme. Once you file the information into the system RAMIS system will be automatically populate the APIT paid on the employment. That means as per the T10 certificate, that means as per the declaration done by your employer. Oh, that is the one person. Then other is that a person who have only interest income. If you have only interest income, you can submit this simplified return. RAMIS shall be automatically populate advance income tax, withholding tax deducted by the withholding agent, bank and financial institution. Next one is the person who have both primary employment income and interest income. RAMIS automatically populate both primary employment detail and the interest deducted by the financial institution. Suppose that if you are a person who have going to submit the nil return, you also can submit this simplified return. If a person is not in the above categories or have the qualifying payment or relief deductions other than the personal relief Rs 1.2 million, not eligible to apply this simplified scheme. Suppose that if you have primary employment income or interest income or both of them, and with the qualifying payment, then you are not eligible to apply this simplified scheme. All other persons, that means I explained the primary employment income and interest income and nil return, and all the other person are not eligible for the IITS have to be filed the standard return of income for year of assessment 2023-24. Language. This return of income individual simplified IITS can be submitted in 3 languages. You may select preferred language, Sinhala or Tamil or English. Acts and amendments applicable. Inland Revenue Act number 24 of 2027, Inland Revenue Amendment Act number 10 of 2021, Inland Revenue Amendment Act number 45 of 2022, Inland Revenue Amendment Act number 14 of 2023. What is a year of assessment? I must explain that once you submit the returns, it should be aware of the year of assessment. Basically, the year of assessment means the period of 12 months commencing on the first day of April of any year of ending on the 31st day of March in the immediate succeeding year. This set of documents comprises of 2 parts. The first one is the return form, return of income simplified. This is actually only 2-page return. Other thing is that you don't need to submit any other schedules with the returns. Second part is the statement of assets and liabilities, AL. If applicable only, you have to submit this statement of assets and liabilities. Only newly registered individual taxpayer or a person done any alteration on the assets and liabilities during the year of assessment, that means the disposal or addition of the assets, settlement of the liabilities, etc., etc., etc. A person wish to file the return under this IITS scheme should fill the return form and the statement of assets and liabilities. If a person done the e-filing in the last year, is not required to submit the assets and liabilities declaration. Otherwise, any alterations made, RAMIS will automatically populate the last year declaration. If a person wants to do any alteration to declared assets and liabilities, can be done by editing the declaration. Due date of the return. Every individual are advised to furnish the duly completed returns and other required document to the IRD via web portal on or before 30th November of 2024. Let me to explain that how to file the return of income under the simplified scheme. As all persons are required to be filed their return of income via electronically, it is need to be registered with the IRD for e-filing. Therefore, you may follow all the guidelines published in the IRD web portal www.ird.gov.lk for further information related to the following. Obtaining a TIN, taxpayer identification number. Registration for e-filing, obtaining a PIN, personal identification number, checking the DIN, documentary identification number, payment and voucher number, etc., etc. Once you access to the internet, then you may refer the www.ird.gov.lk. Then you can enter into the departmental website. Then you have to select the e-service, then select the individual taxpayer and proceed to login. I will explain how to do that. Once you access to the internet via either computer or any other electronic devices, you have to logging into the IRD web portal. First page is like this. There is 3 language, Sinhala, Tamil and English. You may select what is the language you prefer. Suppose that I selected this language as English, then click the English. Then you can go to this page. There is a cage here that in the e-service, you have to access to the e-service, then click the e-service. You can see this web page. You have to select this file in the return. You can see the page like this. After that, you have to enter this access to e-service. Then you have to select this individual taxpayer. Now you can see in this screen that you have to enter your TIN number and IRD PIN. Before you enter into the system, you have to obtain the PIN number from the IRD. Then you can do the logging. This is the screen you can see. Then you have to select this return filing status. Then you have to select this. There is a IIT set and the return. Then you are going to submit this IIT return. Just select the submit the e-file. You can appear this screen in your computer. Then you have to select that what are the categories you have to be applied. First one is the employment income, that is the primary employment, interest income, then you can click that if you are applicable. If not applicable about two both, then you have to apply the nil return. Or if you have not selected any of 1, 2 and 3, you have an qualifying payment or relief deductions other than the personal relief, this simplified is not applicable to you, then you are connected to the normal standard individual return. Once you select this one of three, then you can put the next, the screen like this. Then you have to tick that the resident or non-resident and senior citizen or not. Then automatically system will populate the details as per the screen. Then you can see that the automatically populate here that the whatever the as per the employer declaration, as well as the second page that you can see interest income and the AIT deducted by the bank and financial institution. Next page you can see that the assessable income, personal relief, that is the 1.2 million personal relief, taxable income, total tax payable and less tax credit, that is as per the tax credit as per the automatically populated details. This calculation may be done by the RAMIS system. The balance tax payable, you can hear this, the balance tax payable. If you agree with that, you have to go to the next page. If you are not agree with that, you are able to alter whatever the figures in the system. Next page is that the assets and liabilities declaration. As per the explanation given by me that in the earlier, that the assets and liabilities should be declared by the new declarant. If there are any alteration done by a person to the assets and liabilities, then alteration can be edited. And if you have submit the e-filing in the last year, you are not required to submit these assets and liabilities, because the system will automatically populate that last year declaration into your declaration page. Next one is the declaration page. It's asking some question whether the return or part of the return is prepared and approved account or any other person for a payment. If you put yes, then you have to fill this part, and if you have put no, you have to fill your detail as required. Then you have to click the next page. If you have, suppose that you have been entered that some erroneous details, then it's like the give some message that please enter the correct Sri Lankan telephone number format like this. Then you have to fill the correctly the details requested by the form. If you fill the correctly details, then you can click the next. There is a summary page that you can get some idea about the total assessable income, personal relief, taxable income, total tax payable, less tax credit, balance tax payable and refund. If there is refund, it's appeared as a refund. Especially you have to keep in mind that once you enter the credit that SA payment you have been done, it is not coming to the system. Then you have to enter the whatever the payment as per your payment. The value of the payment you have been done, you have to enter into the form. Suppose that some employer has not submitted their employer details into the IRD, or bank and financial institution has not submitted that WHT schedules to the IRD, but you want to submit that this IITS return. If that's so, you are able to upload the T10 certificates and WHT certificate into the system. Then you can update your return as per the details you have been uploaded. Then this is the summary page that whatever the documentary you are going to submit, the statement of assets and liabilities, T10 certificate, WT certificate. Now you have been complete your return. Before you submit this return, you have to carefully check all the figures and the details you have declared. Then if it is agree with that your declaration, before submit you have to get the print. Then just print it and you can submit it. After submitting this form into the RAMIS system, then automatically it will be generate an acknowledgement regarding your return of income simplified. Thank you.